Hi, my name is Diana Renault, and I'm a psychologist that has been recruited to Mars to build a utopia. The commute to work is such a hassle. My utopia's name is Hornytopia, named after the infamous Karen Horney. In my utopia, there will be 3 different sects. The first sect will be for testing, the second sect will be for therapy, and the third sect will be for training. Free will. The concept of free will based on Karen Horney's theory is actually quite the opposite of free will. Karen Horney's theory is mostly based on determinism more than free will. It is based on determinism because her theory shows that people become the person they are based on their social and cultural interactions, not the choices they have made. Sect number 1. The first sect will be for testing only. First, you will get the TAT test, which is a thematic appreciation test, and you will be given a specific score. Depending on that score, you will either stay in Sect 1 for more testing or move on to Sect number 3. TAT testing. There are 4 different parts to the TAT testing. The first part is complexity, which can be described as complexity, differentiation, and integration of representations of people. If you score low on this part, you will have poor differentiation between people. But if you score high on this part, you will have a complex, multifaceted, integrated representation of people's subjective experience and enduring dispositions. The second part of TAT testing is the effect tone of relationship paradigms, which can be described as the expectation that relationships will be safe and enriching or destructive and threatening. If you score low on this part, your relationships will be destructive and threatening. But if you score high on this part, your relationships will be safe and enriching. The third part of the TAT testing is capacity for emotional investment in relationships and moral standards, which can be described as emotional orientation that is selfish or that is unselfishly invests in people, values, and morals. If you score low on this part, you will invest in one's own needs for need gratification. And if you score high on this, you will have commitment to values and relationships that acknowledge needs of self and others. The fourth and last part of TAT testing is understanding social causality, which can be described as logic, complexity, accuracy, and psychological mindedness of attributions. If you score low on this part, you will have the absence of causational understanding. But if you score high on this, you will have a complex understanding of the old mental events that play in social causation. If you score low on any of these parts, you will stay in the sect for more testing. But if you score high on all these parts, you will move on to sect number 3. Neurotic solution testing. If you scored low on the previous TAT testing, you will stay in section 1 for more testing. You could have one of the 3 different neurotic solutions. The first solution is the self-effacing solution, the appeal to love, the compliant solution. This is also called the moving toward people. If you have complete dependency on a friend, lover, or spouse, you assume that people are better than you, and you have the feeling of being weak and helpless, then you have this type of neurotic solution. The second neurotic solution is the expansive solution, the appeal to mastery, the aggressive personality. This is also known as the moving against people. You're a narcissist that is in love with your ideal self. Your ideal self is a person that you think that you are, but you are actually not. You are a perfectionist with high standards. You have to be right all the time, and you always need recognition for the things that you accomplish. Neurotic solution testing continued. The third and final neurotic solution is resignation, appeal to freedom, the detached personality. This is also called the moving away from people. You have persistent resignation and lack of striving. You are self-sufficient and independent. You are uninvolved with other people, and you also have a need for privacy, keeping others out of the circle of yourself. Whichever neurotic solution you present, you will move on to sect number 2. Sect number 2. Sect number 2 is strictly for therapy only. This is where you are sent after you find out which type of neurotic solution you present. In therapy, your therapist will help you permanently remove the problem from your life. After you have successfully completed therapy, you will be able to go on to sec number 3. In sec number 3, it is strictly used for the purpose of training. This is where you go if you score high on all of the TAT scores, and this is where you go after you've successfully completed therapy. At this training, you will learn how to properly nurture, love, and raise a child. This is very important because this will prevent the future problem of people having neurotic solutions that cause many other issues. Once you have successfully completed training, you will be able to go into Hornytopia. Welcome to Hornytopia. Now that you have successfully completed your training, you are free to enjoy Hornytopia, live your normal lives, and reproduce. That's it. I hope you have a wonderful time in Hornytopia. I'll see you there.